Well, the rescue organisations SOS Mediterranee and Doctors Without Borders had to halt their rescue operations in the Mediterranean in October last year after they were refused entry into Italian ports by the Italian government. Since then, these two organisations have decided to resume their operations. And to discuss this more, I am joined by David Starker, who is the General Director of SOS Mediterranee. Now, Mr. Starker, your organisation had to halt its operations last year. Why are you resuming your rescue mission again now?
People are dying in the Mediterranean Sea right now as we speak. Fathers, mothers, children. We, as SOS Mediterranee, we do not accept this. This is the reason why we sent our new rescue ship, the Ocean Viking, back to the Mediterranean Sea. It took us about 2 months to set up the ship. It left last Thursday, July 18th in Stettin, Poland. On the shipyard, we set up the boat. We set up emergency shelter for men, women and children, as well as setting up a health clinic.
And we saw Carola Rackete, who was the captain of Sea-Watch 3, a similar rescue mission vessel, was recently arrested in Italy. Matteo Salvini, the Interior Minister of Italy, has consistently said he's not going to allow rescue vessels such as yours to entry into Italian ports. What kind of challenges does your crew face in being able to bring these rescued migrants safely to European shores?
My organisation, SOS Mediterranee, was confronted the first time last year with a closed port in Italy. However, we managed. The most challenging is the rescue itself. You have to imagine we are out in the sea, we find a boat at distress, and people panic. For example, we had a rescue once at night during very hard conditions, which took up to 5 hours until we had the people back on our mothership. A second challenge is definitely, once we have the survivors on board, to find a safe port. We will call upon the responsible states to request this safe port. In the past, unfortunately, this took a lot of time before we had this port granted. However, we are well prepared. We have great experienced colleagues and a crew, and we act upon international maritime law.
But still, migration remains one of the most divisive issues in Europe, and EU leaders have consistently failed to agree on issues such as border protection and indeed rescue operations and migrant distribution in Europe. What would you and your colleagues like to see as a response from EU leaders to the issue of migration?
We need a political situations by the European leaders now. This means we urge the European Union to have an effective and reliable mechanism to bring people ashore and to bring these people in a safe harbour.
Well, there you heard it. Of course, this is a very, very important mission that will resume rescuing people from the Mediterranean Sea. But of course, one of the biggest challenges, as we heard just there, is not just rescuing people, but also bringing them to Europe, where, of course, the issue of migration, allowing migrants into Europe and distributing them remains one of the most divisive and contentious issues amongst EU leaders.